In this movie, we'll use the constraint window to apply property values to nets in Capture. We'll open SideCAR, pin it, and then open the constraint window so both it and Capture are both available. We want to make sure that Capture to Make Cap Cross Probe is on. That way, when we select parts or nets in Capture, they'll also be selected in the constraint window. For this example, I'll turn the Make Cap to Capture Cross Probe off. In Capture, I'll select the DDR address net and bring the constraint window on top, and we'll see that all of these nets are now selected in the constraint window. I'm going to apply a minimum line width to the selected nets, and to do that, I'll put my mouse over that property and right mouse click. That opens up the property value form for that property, in this case minimum line width. All the nets that we've selected are now selected here in our list, and I'm going to give this a value of 5 mils and select Apply to Selected Rows. 5 mil minimum line width has been applied to all the selected nets, and I'm going to save that. Enable Auto Update is defaulted on in the constraint window. So I'll go back to Capture. The nets are still selected, so I'll right mouse click on these and select Edit Properties to bring up Property Editor. Go into the Flat Nets view, and if we go over to minimum line width, we'll see that it's been assigned a 5 mil width. So in constraint window, we both assigned a 5 mil minimum line width to the selected net, but we updated the Capture DSN file in real time. The nets remain selected in the constraint window, so I can continue applying other properties to the same selection of nets if I want. We can select nets and parts and pins in the constraint window in a variety of ways besides cross-probing from Capture. I can select with my mouse a cell for any particular property and net, right mouse click, and that property will appear, and I can apply a property value to that net. I can select many nets for that property and right mouse click, and then apply that value to those selected nets. And these new values will be applied to the DSN. Let's see another way of selecting nets using the Boolean chooser. In the Name Property view, I can select this button for a minimum line width, and that'll open up my property screen, and I can select the Choose Nets button. That opens up a Boolean chooser. So let's say I want to select the data bits. So I can do a search for DDR_D*, apply to highlight, select the highlighted nets to the collection box, and if I selected too many, I can highlight those and unselect them from the collection box before I commit to my selection and say OK. They're now highlighted in the constraint window and in my list, and I'll give these a value of 12. If we go back over to Capture, open up Edit Property and go into Property Editor and go over to minimum line width. I can see my 5 mil widths, 10 mil widths, and 12 mil widths applied.